Today I wanted to talk about my gender identity and expression, specifically as of recently, because with this whole quarantine and everything, like one of the main things is I haven't gotten a haircut in so long. I've been wanting one for like months, because especially having short hair now, it means I need to have haircuts more often to maintain a certain style or whatever, and that has not been happening. But now everything is shut down and I really can't. And because I link my body and the way I look and all those kinds of things to my gender, then it can be difficult. So starting from the beginning, if you don't know, I am transgender non-binary, and basically, although not all non-binary people identify as transgender, I do. But anyways, non-binary means I do not identify as male or female. I am neither. I wouldn't even say I'm in between. I'm just nowhere near any of that. I don't know. And I was assigned female at birth. If you don't know, that is the proper terminology. You wouldn't say for anyone trans that they were a man and then became a woman, or they were a woman and became non-binary or anything like that, because at least for me, in my opinion, I do not agree with that language. And I know a lot of people just say things like that because they're not educated, they don't know the proper words, and I understand that, that's fine. But that's part of why I'm here, to try to help that. So yeah, the proper terminology is assigned female at birth or assigned male at birth. And that's basically just to say, like, you came out, they looked at you, and they were like, oh, it's a girl or it's a boy, and then that's your assigned sex. But then later on, you can discover your gender identity, which may differ from that assigned sex, and that's what being transgender is. But again, not all non-binary people identify as transgender. Anyways, this is lasting a while, so I'm gonna get more to the point. So I'm non-binary. I identify as neither male nor female, and I was assigned female at birth, but I hate being identified as a girl. I am not. And I don't get mad at anybody that assumes I am. I understand, it just still sucks. But I lean, for lack of better words, I lean a little bit more masculine in my gender expression, not my gender identity, but my gender expression, meaning like the clothes I wear, the hairstyles I like, things like that. I prefer a little bit more masculine than feminine usually, but it varies and there's no rules, and like, who cares? But coming from that side, to put it in perspective, I guess, with this whole quarantine business, not being able to get a haircut, you can see it's getting long. At least this is long to me now. And it's difficult. It's difficult because I wear a chest binder and I can't take, well, I should be able to take binder breaks because I'm at home all the time, right? But I'm trying to potty train my dog, which means, well, it would mean anyways, having to go outside multiple times a day, but even more because she's not potty trained yet. So I'm keeping it on all the time still, which is not good for my body, so there's that. And then with the hair thing, now I really can't get a haircut, and I actually like it right now, which before, when I first got it cut pretty short, you'll see on my Instagram and stuff, like, it was pretty short and it was awkward sometimes, awkward looking, but, and I didn't like it long like this, but now I'm actually kind of enjoying it. But I know if it gets too much longer, even a little bit longer, it's gonna look more and more feminine, and that kind of scares me a little bit. I don't know how I'm gonna react, what that's gonna feel like. Months ago, it's been a long while now, but I had a couple nightmares, I would call them, which seems subtle, but couple nightmares about having long hair again, where in the dreams I just, like, I woke up within the dream, and then I think I, like, went to the mirror or something, and then saw I had long hair again, and just, like, freaked out. Like, I haven't had a haircut, I should have had a haircut, like, I don't know if my mom was in there, I told her, like, she should have taken me, or things like that, at least in one of them, but just, like, caused such discomfort, and I really don't want that feeling to be a reality. But here is this quarantine, so we'll see what happens. And I'm not completely against, like, feminine expression for myself all the time. It varies, like I said. So sometimes, like, yeah, I'll feel a little bit feminine, and that's fine. So a lot of the time I feel more masculine. Other times I just don't know what's going on. But yeah, I don't really know if you get anything out of this, if you're not having a similar experience or not, whatever, or if you don't care. But I wanted to educate you a little bit if you don't know, or just talk about my experience. Again, every single person is different, so it doesn't mean every non-binary person feels like this, or every trans person feels like that. It's not the case. This is my experience only, and I just kind of wanted to get it out and talk a little bit about my identity, since I haven't yet on this channel. And I planned a video where I was going to lay out, like, my identity and who I am, and things I'd like to talk about, all of that stuff. Hair in my face. But I haven't done it, so here it is. Well, here's this part at least. I'm open to talking about more, of course. There will be more. But yeah, if you have any questions, like, feel free to comment or direct message me, or if you're a friend of mine, just reach out, like, anything. I'm open to questions. And even if you don't know the right words, or you think it might be an offensive question, or you're worried I'll get upset, anything like that, like, be respectful. Don't be harmful. But I understand, because society teaches us a certain way of how to look at people and how to categorize people, box people in. We're taught these certain roles and how the world works and how people work and all of that. And coming from that, it's hard to learn new ideas sometimes, so I get it. But if you're willing to learn and you have a question to ask, then I am all here for it. And if it is harmful or the wrong language or anything like that, then I will politely let you know. But yeah, so there it is. My thoughts on, it's not my thoughts on society playlist, but it's more about thoughts on my identity and just how I'm feeling during this quarantine business, and what it's like for me living in it as a trans non-binary person, even staying at home. Like, there's still challenges to deal with within myself. And that's fine, like, I'm fine, but, these things come up every now and then, so, now you know. Yeah. Like, comment, subscribe. I kind of don't like saying that, but, I like having you here. I'm glad you're watching, I'm glad I get to have this conversation with you. So, yeah, thank you, and see you soon, y'all.